Hi everyone! I wanted to talk about juicing and my two favorite juicers. This is the Breville Juice Fountain Elite, and this is the Omega Vrt 350. So the Breville was my first juicer. I had researched and there were some things that were really important to me. I wanted a juicer that was easy to take apart and easy to clean. I remember the juicers of my youth that had those teeny little chutes that you had to cut everything into small pieces, and then it took forever to clean them, and it almost felt unworth the effort. So this one has a huge chute that you can literally throw an entire beet or apple down, and it's really fast moving. So things just get pulverized through there quite quickly. So this juicer really covered all of the things that I was looking for, and I loved it. For a while I got into juicing at daily. It was easy for me, so I did it and found that it was a priority for my life. But then I started to notice it wasn't juicing as well. And basically there is inside of here a basket blade, and that was starting to go dull. But I was going to kind of push it for a while. So I would actually dump my pulp out into a bowl, ball it up, and throw it back through until it just got to a point where I really needed a new blade. That probably took about 2.5 to 3 years, so that's pretty good. But at that point, I just realized that I was so into juicing, I might want to research other juicers. And that's where I found the Omega. So the difference between them is this is a centrifugal juicer, and that's a masticating. And it's got an agar in there that just crunches everything down and twists it in and pushes it against a filter that filters out the pulp and the juice. It's like a stronger engine, a lot slower moving. And one of the benefits I found out about that is that it's more cool. So it's not harming any of the enzymes in what your vegetables or fruits. So whereas this is spinning sometimes so fast that actually I could feel the heat in it. So the thing with the Omega that I graduated into, it's got a small chute. It's very small. So I resigned to myself that I was going to have to cut things up. But by that time I realized that it was worth it to me. I love juicing. And once I got into it, it really is not that big of a deal. So one of the things I really love about this juicer is always the pulp that comes out is totally dry. So I'm getting everything out of my vegetables. Whereas I found there's still some dampness. In the beginning, when the blade is really sharp, it's a little sawdusty, so it's definitely more dry. But as that blade dulls, you feel a lot of juice in there. One of the reasons why I still think this is a great juicer is for people who are just getting into juicing. You want it to be easy on you, and it's so easy to take apart. And I'm just going to give you a little demo of how that works and let you really see the power and benefit of having a huge chute, and then we'll do a demo of the Omega. And let's just start by showing you its bits and pieces. So in the front we have the power button. Up is low and down is going to be at high speed, and then this is just the off button. So that's it, simple. To take it apart, you just pull that lever down and then open this up. So this is the blade basket. Voila, that's the piece that's going to need some replacing. Turning it on. So look at this, a whole handful of vegetables gone.
show you, a whole apple fits in there. And I'll put a beet right on top of it. Boom. And greens are no problem. Sometimes it helps to take a carrot or stick of celery to help them go in. Just finish out with a little bit of ginger and one more beet. Go ahead and turn it off with the red button. So now if you found that jamming at any point or something wasn't going through easily, that's where you would just use the high button. So I want to point out a couple features. One is this pitcher. I really like how the lid, it holds that chute in so no juice is splattering out. The other nice thing about it, it sifts off the foam off the top. So you just get pure juice there. Look at that, beautiful. Now we're gonna have a look at how the Omega Vertical 350 works and just show you its little parts and pieces. Here's the chute, it's a pretty small little chute there. To remove the top piece, you just make a little twist and pull off. And that exposes the auger right here. This is the part that just twists everything down in there and presses it against this basket filter. Now I realize mine looks like it needs a bath, but I really did try and wash it off for you guys. But when you are juicing turmeric on a daily basis, it just doesn't go away. Anyway, this basket just pulls out like that. Those kind of little wings on the sides act as a self-cleansing mechanism that just kind of wash off the sides. And then put the auger in, put the top piece back on, and twist, and you're ready to go. So the on-off button is around the back. It's basically just on, and then there's also a direction for, it's the bottom direction, just goes backwards. So the thing is, when this little guy gets jammed a little bit, you just press the button for backwards, and that'll kind of reset it and clear out whatever was blocking. You shouldn't have issues with blocking as long as you are, number one, chopping things small enough, number two, mixing up the order that you throw things through with. Like, it's good to start with a carrot or something hard to just get that pushing through, then mix that up with something with some fibers in it, some of that kale, maybe some ginger or celery, and then push it through again with something hard like an apple or a beet or a carrot. So you have to kind of keep mixing them up like that. You can't just keep putting through the fibers one after another, because you will get blocked up. So let's give this a little go. I'll show you how it works. So you can see it's much more quiet. It's much more compact. That's something I really like about this juicer. It doesn't take up so much space, and I can actually leave it on my countertop. So I'm going to put a carrot through. So I'm going to do a handful of greens, push them in, and then get that to push through with something hard, like I was saying, an apple. See, the greens are a little bit trickier to come through. So you got to get things to push them through. Let's get some celery. how they have this nice kind of rimmed bowl that you can just kind of throw everything up in there and then scoop it in. One thing I want to have a look at is the pulp. And just see how dry that is. I mean, my hands are a little bit wet from touching the vegetables. I just feel like I'm getting everything out of the vegetables that I put into this little machine. So this is my favorite, and yet I just want to say that Breville is a great first juicer, and powerful and easy and simple to use and clean.
So I hope that inspires you to get into juicing and gives you a little bit more information about the different kinds of juicers to help you make a good decision. I wanted to share with you one of my very favorite recipes. It's a really good liver cleanse and blood cleanser, but it's actually just my favorite flavor. So I put in the Granny Smith, nice Granny Smith green apples, and then I put in ginger and fresh turmeric root and fresh burdock root with a lime. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like it and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.